Greetings, friends and subscribers. Welcome to another video of Strange Booze.
Today we're going to be trying something a little bit different. We're both going to be participating in a virtual tasting of Aviation Gin with Ryan Reynolds and Travis Tover, courtesy of Total Wine & More, not a sponsor. So as part of the tasting, we're going to visit 3 different cocktails, and we pre-purchased most of the ingredients. I was missing something, so I whipped up an alternative, and we'll talk about that when that happens. So with all that being said, we'll be starting as soon as the live stream starts up. All right. Let's drink. Alright, so the webcast is about to begin. It says it's a 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time sharp start.
We'll see how sharp they are.
Yeah. Alright. So we're starting. We're getting an introduction from the spirits director at Total Wine & More, and that's because stuff like Reynolds and the Rosso Amaro are spirits direct stuff that they sell, like they're basically the distributor of. We're definitely excited about the virtual tasting series. Julie and I always like the idea of doing tastings and experiencing them. So we haven't been able to do that. In fact, I had one scheduled for the middle of March that got canceled at the very last minute. So now they're doing some intro roll that's related to Aviation Gin, a bunch of scenery. It's interesting because it's not an old gin bottle, but they're like it's America's original aviation craft gin.
Yeah, I think I've seen this commercial before in regards to the aviation gin.
American original.
Canadian owned. Hi, Ryan.
I think produced. I'm going to say pre-recorded just by the content, but still pretty cool. I guess we wouldn't be lying by saying that we had cocktails with Ryan Reynolds in a way now. Right on. So we're doing 3 cocktails today. We will. Thanks, Ryan. Hey, Travis. So I wasn't planning to drink any of this neat. I do actually have a glass though. So we're gonna, like any spirit, we got a nose and glass here. I would be more interested or apt to be, drinking this neat or tasting it neat. He's talking about the things he gets in there. He's talking about the sarsaparilla.
That's nice.
So it's interesting, he talks about the leading flavors and the botanicals and things they've added to it that are going to influence taste. But this is all, the taste is all based on remembering kind of your associations with things. It is much sweeter than I thought it would be.
It smells a lot sweet as well.
I definitely do get, like he said, anise seed on there, and you get that licoricey kind of flavor, the anise, for sure. So those are their 7 core botanicals. So now they're doing a Q&A. This is before we get to the mixology part. They're just talking about why it's called Aviation Gin. It's not bad. There's a lot of sweetness to it. There's a lot of
sweetness, and I get the licorice.
Yeah, and that's the anise seed.
The anise seed, yeah. And the lavender.
Yep, the floral
sure.
notes.
Yeah. It's very smooth.
Yeah, it is good gin.
That's really nice.
Sarsaparilla, I think, is what they talked about, one of their key botanicals that nobody else is currently using. And sarsaparilla is traditionally used to make root beers, but not so much anymore. I thought he just bought the company, but apparently this was his from the beginning. That's fascinating. Co-founded it. 2006. Oh no, it was Ryan Magarian. These guys co-founded it. So Ryan Reynolds did buy it. I remember seeing bottles of Old Tom Aviation Gin for sale at a liquor store, and I'm not even sure that they actually make it anymore, because it was only one liquor store that I've ever seen it at. It was a liquor store that was renowned for having some stuff that was probably discontinued on the shelves. Gimlet. We're not making gimlets today. That's gotta be like creme de cassis or something. Ooh, banging the shaker like that. I don't know about that. What an unusually slightly blue color, eh?
I was going to say it's almost black.
It's like a purplish blue, I think. I never used to like gin. And it wasn't Ryan Reynolds that turned us onto it. This is Ryan saying that Aviation's the best damn gin on the planet. And this is what happens in these tastings too. They talk about the history. If you've never been to one, they'll introduce the spirit, they'll talk about the history of it, they'll give you some trivia about it, they'll give you some notes of the tasting, the flavors and that, and then you'll get into some cocktails. They'll either have them pre-mixed or you'll participate in kind of mixing them. Okay, so Aviation and Soda Highball. This is the first one we're going to be mixing. So it's 1.5 ounces of Aviation Gin, some club soda, and a garnish. Now it's garnish with whatever you want. It can be orange or lime or whatever, grapes. So, okay, so we take a tall glass. They're actually using a smaller glass, but we'll put some ice in here. You want to measure out 1.5 ounces of gin, Julia? We're going to team it, double team it. I have a weird medley of ices here. Okay, so pour that in. Aggressive bubble structure. We're not using Fever Tree Club Soda. I actually have a soda stream, so I put our own club soda in there. You want to get an orange rind ready?
The brininess, the saltiness of the olive is going to really help pop the botanicals of Aviation Gin.
So theoretically, it's more of a garnish, but you just drop her in there. It's going to give it a little bit of flavor. I've got a spoon. He doesn't really show mixing it, but we'll just make sure she mixes up in there. This is a great cocktail for keto too, because it's just gin and club soda.
The Negroni is a classic cocktail. It's been around for 100 years. Actually just celebrated its 100-year anniversary.
It's very drinkable. It just tastes like club soda. There's a little bit of the botanicals on the bottom end of that. It's not bad. It's just like a crisp, refreshing, bubbly water with like a faint gin flavor.
Yep.
And they're going fast and furious. We're going right into a Negroni. So we're going to need some Reynolds vermouth, some Night Gabriello Rosso Amaro. You could also use Campari for this as well. So it's 3/4 ounce, 3/4 ounce.
So first off, we're going to use 1.5 ounces of Aviation American Gin.
Yeah, so 1.5 ounces. Did he pre-ice this? He didn't.
His favorite cocktail, at least that's what he told me.
Okay. Okay, next he's going to do...
So ounce and a half Aviation American Gin, 3/4 ounce sweet vermouth.
Okay, this is our cross promotion to Total Wine & More. We use Drill Oats, but you can use any sweet red vermouth. Did he put the Rosso Amaro in yet?
I don't...
Did I miss the step? Okay, so I missed a step. I see what he's doing. So he's pre-stirring it in a stirring container, which I did not prep. Okay, he must have already mixed it in. So we messed this all up, but that's okay. We're going to just make our Negroni in the glass. Not perfect, but it is what it is. Get some cubes in there. And 3/4 ounce of this Rosso Amaro, or like I said, you can use Campari. Whew. They're going fast. So this is an Aperol gin and tonic. So this is basically a gin and tonic with some Aperix Aperitivo added. Maybe we taste these all at the end. Put this aside. So this one will be in a wine glass, but he doesn't use the wine glass. It's fine. Okay, so put some ice in this wine glass.
Ounce and a half.
Ounce and a half again, yep. Ounce and a half of Aviation Gin. Whew. It's unpredictable.
Oh, I'm on the wrong side.
Well, you just estimate your half on the second side.
Modifiers to make it more interesting. This is a Italian aperitif. You get a bit awesome color as well. Add your favorite tonic water.
Okay, so Julia's going to pass me that little sludger here. I made a concoction that roughly approximates the Aperol. So we need a ½ ounce of this. I made a 1 ounce serving, so ½ ounce. Put this in, and then we top it with a gin and tonic, garnish with an orange. So I'm using Q's tonic water. It's just a lower sugar tonic water.
Last question, Travis. Is there any way we can put it on your head for 5 straight seconds? Thank you.
Ryan was being funny.
Huge thanks to Total Wine & More for having us.
Okay.
I'm going to let Ryan,
We're gonna stir this up.
but not before, I let him know who was the original warm gin shot taker.
Oops. Okay, give me an orange, Julia. I'm having a hard time grabbing those. And then we drop that right in here. And that's nice and full there. Now that the bartender is drinking a warm gin shot, I'll do this because mine's already poured. And Julia's not a big fan of shooting like straight spirits.
Thank you, Travis. Here's what we learned. We learned that Aviation is the original American gin.
It's not bad. It's tasty.
Ask her. Travis, best
It's actually really smooth. Like I don't have any burn at the end or anything. Like wow,
believe everything I tell you. So Travis, you did a great job.
solid.
Okay. Cheers. Cheers to the entire awesome crew.
Cheers to you, Ryan Reynolds. Now we have the 3 drinks.
It will not be virtual, in person. So that'd be great. Thanks again.
That was Fast and Furious. Oh.
I forgot to mention, if you have any feedback, please email Ryan at aviationgin.com. As owner, I love getting feedback.
So he put his official email address out there, Ryan at aviationgin.com. He may not reply to all of it, he says, but he does like reading it. Somebody probably reads it for him. Maybe he reads some.
He's probably reading quite a bit of it since he's not doing anything right now.
That's true. So yeah, so that was like the whole video. Like I was saying, you do these in person, they generally run an hour. This seems like reasonable format, somewhere between 3 and 5 different drinks. In this case, if you consider tasting the gin as one of the drinks, we went through a total of 4 drinks. Normally Julia or I would have our own, and also in most of the mixologies, they'll generally make them smaller. So with all that being said, and Ryan's video done, Total Wine & More's video done, we're gonna give him a try. So Julia, you wanna try the Negroni? So I'm a big fan of the Negroni. It's like bitter and sweet and herbally, and there's just a bunch of flavors that combine in there that make it particularly unique. I find it's a very nice summer drink. It's a sipper. You take your time and you really enjoy it.
It's not bad. I'm not one for gin that much, but it's not bad.
So yeah, I think if anything, it's in my mind, it's not the gin that turns Julia off of this one. In my mind, it's probably the Rosso Amaro or the Campari, because that adds a lot of bitterness to that flavor.
And we all know I'm not a bitter person.
Yeah, she's not a bitter person. You should check out some of the year of beer videos. You haven't checked those out. Okay, so let me go back to the. I think we had a sip of this. We'll try another
I
sip.
have already had this one, yeah.
This is basically just a gin and club soda, and to me, it just tastes like club soda. There's a slight botanical to it. It'd be fine. Totally great sipper on a patio in the afternoon. Very crisp, very refreshing.
Travis did do it in a low ball glass, or a highball glass instead of, or yeah,
A
low
tall,
ball instead of a
Collins, or
tall.
whatever this is.
So we may have put too much soda, but it's good.
Yeah, to me, it's fine.
Yep.
Totally sippable. And
Definitely.
then this one that I think might actually be Julia's favorite. Again, it's a concoction of gin, the thing we don't have, which is the Aperol Aperitivo.
That is really good. I
and
like
then
that one a lot.
tonic water on top of that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a twist on a gin and tonic.
I like this one. It's bright and very flavorful.
Slightly sweet,
Yep.
slightly tart. Like it's
Yep.
definitely not over sweet.
No.
So yeah, so we made 3 cocktails. We got to sit down with Ryan Reynolds, sort of, and one of the Aviation Gin bartenders. So that was kind of neat. So what else is there to say? Except thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And as always,
Thanks for drinking with us.
cheers to one of these. Cheers. Yeah, I'm going to take that out of the orange wedge for mine too.